All right, it's currently 4:03 p.m. LAPD just flew over my office again, and this Richard that I documented group stalking. I'm going to verify the phone number, calling 5 times total, engaging in all the entity is doing is engaging in activity creation and harassment. This is surveillance underway, while the entity is observing everything I review on my phone, everything I'm looking at, including what I'm even reviewing on YouTube, for example. Anything that the entity wants to either distract from or harass you because they're reviewing it, that they're hostile to, the entity engages in this ongoing. So there is no legitimate business that's underway, in other words, on the phone. And Richard identified himself, and Richard called 5 times. This is impunity. And again, this phone number is... And Richard also knows that it was being documented. Richard is a demon engaging in surveillance with LAPD 1-323-540-2988. And there's also a voicemail that I want to make sure I document. Group stalking with LAPD that is also flying over my office right now, which is why I'm capturing this video. The fake son is here. The entity is engaged in surveillance. Also, Maria Solis Alvarez, I captured certain images. All I'm doing is being detailed with regard to federal stalking and group stalking. And speaker companies, they're going to federal prison. So they're engaging in federal stalking on the beginning of the internet. Every email that they send is a criminal act. And they also do so with the criminal purpose to harass also. But it's harassment, inherently harassing while you're group stalking and engaging in surveillance on the video of the internet. So I just want to point that out. Nonetheless, the entity is leaving a voicemail. So let me put Richard's voice on this video. Richard is also creating oh no, I don't have it. I deleted that voicemail. That's how I got the name. Richard is indeed engaged in ongoing repeat use of the communication device. This is both group stalking and federal stalking. And LAPD is exceedingly desperate right now. I want to be clear. Their mentally deranged state is fully revealed also. So these are mentally unstable demons who are hiding within the confines of wanting to act like they're a law enforcement agency exercising authority under the constitutional state and federal laws that we have, and they're not. They are also aware, by the way, that I've specifically identified Umana by name. This is something that demons of these corrupt agencies really are fearful of. They are also fearful of my publishing that documentation, and they're still with that knowledge. Remember, they're engaged in federal stalking, so you're aware of the fact that you're being documented, and their criminal activity is directly relevant to how long all of the people of the state that live at Alvarado Gardens are going to federal prison because the people of the state are group stalking with the state. That's repeatedly engaging in acts of terrorism that include helicopter activity in my workplace. And it's the same for speaker companies. So the entity is engaging in this conduct while they are showing more and more levels of desperation, meaning increasing helicopter activity is a threat to my life. Speaker companies is going to compensate me for that. But again, there's no dollar value that you can place on that type of harm that I'm subject to, but this desperation is exhibited in this group stalking in helicopters. So I just want to make sure I point that out. The entity is maintaining, so I'll go ahead and get the fake son, but I've already established what's going on here, which is the environment where the entity is group stalking. And everybody at Alvarado Gardens is going to federal prison for what I continue to capture is the case. This is where the entity is stalking and amplifying the sound of helicopter activity. Group stalking, this is what in her vehicle, aware of everything that I'm uttering, and now is engaging in movement under the light source in engineered light, which is nowhere other than right here at Alvarado Gardens. You can see it through of Tina Reed's vehicle. And that is, again, a demon that you are already aware of, who is group stalking while I've captured her group stalking, walking by me, and her shadow was moving across at a distance. Goonleys going to federal prison. That's an aged, non-English speaking terrorist who is engaging in what is terrorism with the LAPD, and doing so while all of them, including her, engaging in what is so pathetic and also terrorizing that you would sit in a parking lot keeping someone else under surveillance, waiting for the moment if they happen to get up so that you can engage in what is pacing around in the engineered light with demons that are equally pathetic but also terrorizing, using a whole helicopter to engage in analogous conduct. And this is what an entire population is doing. This is how you get a fake sun, stalking with helicopters and engineered light activity at any place I go to, including your neighborhood Walmart or Starbucks or the Vaughn's grocery store. At no point ever is the sun over Vaughn's grocery store, by the way, at 11 o'clock in the morning or at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It remained right here. So while the entity is continuously engaging in the pattern of conduct, there are everyone else is subject to time in federal prison, and it's everyone else's ongoing impunity because the entire state is engaging in this criminal system, this criminal act together as one. This impunity, this desperation is exactly what's underway while I'm at Chase Bank, exactly what's underway while I'm driving on Sunset Boulevard and I'm reading license plates, exactly what's underway while I'm at the Vaughn's grocery store and I'm on surveillance cameras, and so are all of the people of the state, while a helicopter is terrorizing me in the parking lot. And they are multitasking, engaging in terrorism in the state with the government while on camera, showing what is proof of criminal activity, not at the exercise of any privacy rights or any lawful conduct, which is the prosecution for America's version of terrorism and its demonic activity, and it's what Satan is doing amongst the population. So again, that was Goon Lee of 1810 number, I'm sorry, not Goon Lee, that was Kilsa of 1810 number 1. She's sitting inside of her vehicle and document her license plate. She's going to federal prison, and then she's going to be deported out of this country for engaging in the ongoing terrorism. License 8WNG329, sitting inside of her black Mercedes, terrorizing another person on behalf of a corrupt law enforcement agency, and they're sitting around in helicopters not going anywhere. Okay? This is P.O.C. It's currently 4:09 p.m.